Hi guys, so welcome to my inspiration gist with Dora. Yes, so this is my YouTube channel where we discuss real life issues in our society, and my name is Dora. In case you're coming across this channel for the very first time, you're highly welcome. You are the one I've been waiting for. You're highly welcome. Please drop your like in the comment section at the end of this video, and also click on that subscribe button. This morning, my dear people, in this video I am not so happy, but I gotta smile. Okay? Yes, because there is a situation that is becoming a reoccurrence. I can say it's taking a different toll now in our society, and I'm not really happy about it, and I want to talk about it here. All right, so I'm going to use the demise of Obinna, popularly known as Saint Obi, to talk about this matter, and that matter is neglect of family and friends, or will I say the embracing of the Western lifestyle. Yes, the way we are, taking the lifestyle of the Europeans, the Western lifestyle, which is individualism, and it's not really good at all. I'm going to combine it with what I call men also cry. Men also cry. So in this story, we've heard the demise of Saint Obi, our dear, very beloved actor in the Nollywood, highly responsible. We enjoyed his movies in those days, in the late 90s and early 2000s. We enjoyed his movies. He was mentored by Zeb Ejiro. We know Zeb Ejiro. Any movie that you see producer Zeb Ejiro, you will rush to watch it, and you will find Saint Obi. He featured in so many movies like State of Emergency, The Crying Angels, The Festival of Fire, The Snake Girl, and that Snake Girl, my God. Anyway, and he acted with people like Regina Onoha, what are his names again? What are this guy's name? Sam Dede, and Bob Manuel Udoku, Tony Umeze. He featured in movie, and anytime you get a movie and you see these people staring Saint Obi, you run to go and watch that movie, because it's going to be interesting. So this is the kind of person, the kind of assets that we just lost. Okay, so 1 minute I'll say the Lord accept his soul and grant him eternal rest. Amen. So my people, Obinna Nwafo, was doing well in the industry, and then suddenly, I think I was one of those people that heard it as a rumor that he got married. So wow, nobody saw, like you see everywhere, the flamboyant wedding, wedding of the year, no, nobody saw it, but we started hearing the rumor that Saint Obi is now married and all that. So why am I bringing all these things? And then to land to where I'm going, talking about what I said, abandoning your friends and families. Now that Saint Obi is dead, there's so many people are coming out to talk about how he suffered in his marriage, to talk about how he was abused. I'm going to read partly what has been trending. The story published by his friend, okay, yes, Zulu, published by his friend, excuse me, Zulu Okafor. Zik Zulu Okafor is his friend, who published something that has been trending online, and everybody is now coming out to say, oh, this guy really suffered domestic violence. This guy, what actually happened to him? Remember what I said, men also cry, and I'm going somewhere, so you're going to bear with me. Let me read this, and at the end I will get back to my thoughts on this. And so he says, it started this way: his social life was blunted. Perhaps his reticent disposition, his persona, he two-dimensional. To a distant public, he was upscale and cool. His manly bearing spoke loud. That's on the social life. On-screen image ironically amplified by his on-screen image ironically amplified some idiosyncrasies, heroic romantic adventures, and traits that did not gel with the mortal privacy that early defined his quiet and lonely life. Big grammar there, as some people say. What is actually trying to say is that this man, you see him on the screen with the romantic, roles that he plays, you wouldn't know that he's not actually enjoying romance in his marriage. Otobe. Okay, you don't know. Saint Obi, real name Obinna Nwafo, was shy, almost bordering on timidity and insecurity. He cherished the pleasantly tranquil interactions among a few friends. He would vanish at any outburst that could upset the poise of such small gathering. As he repeatedly told me, he just wanted to live a cool, quiet, and fulfilled life. All right. But has he lived this cool and fulfilled life he's envisioned? I have my doubts. That's according to Zulu. I tell Saint Obi's story here with painful tears in my eyes because he was a star, a superstar whose life turned out a gleam of irony. Yet it was this stardom that fetched him his much professed financially strong and powerful wife. And their wedding, that solemn ritual of love would, and their wedding, that solemn ritual of love would drastically alter the course of his life and tragically yank him off the creative community that threw him up for the wife to capture and indeed conquer. If you read down, let me just summarize what this guy is saying, because many people that have read this are complaining that, Oga, your grammar is too much. It's too much. Why can't you bring it down? This guy is trying to say that, he's telling this story with pain in his heart. And that's where I'm going. I'm going to come back to this. There is actually pain by what happened to his friend. And that this friend of his, Saint Obi, was very popular, was a star in the industry, and a very big one at that. And I am also a testimony. I can testify rather that he was a star because we enjoyed this movie. I said any movie that you want to sell, once you check out those days now, Bob Manuel Udoku, Saint Obi, what is that his name again, Tony Umeze, you're going to watch because you know that it's not a child's play. All right, so he was actually a star whose life turned out a gleam of irony. How do you know that? So, and this guy is saying that it is this stardom that actually threw him up, and he became so popular for this wife to see him. Now, when this wife now met him, she wanted to pocket him. She didn't want him to continue shining. You want a star of a husband, and when you now married him, you don't want him to shine again. Why am I saying this? Because according to what he said here, he said after the marriage, okay, Saint Obi, tragically yanked him off the creative community. So the marriage yanked him off. The marriage took him away from that creative community where he was shining and bubbling, and so that people saw him, and of course the wife also saw him, and from there he was able to get a husband. And it is said that this wife is powerful and very, very financially strong and a very powerful woman. All right, let me continue. So that is that. Okay, now their marriage was at best a dramatization of love. It was quick. He barely told us that he found a wife. Then the marriage happened. It was something of a mystique only those involved understood the historics that played out. None of us who were his closest pals, who worked with him through the crucible to the crest of his career in Nollywood, none of us was invited. So I want you, I am trying to get somewhere. You pick what I'm trying to say, okay? The distance between us and the guy I admirably called Saint of the Storm had begun. This gulf would widen with each year. We saw him perhaps once in a year after his marriage. And this guy, like I said, is a long epistle. What he's trying to say here is that after the marriage, he withdrew. And he wouldn't act anymore. When you call him, he would tell you that he's busy with other business and all that. So let me just summarize it because I don't want the video to be more than, get to 20 minutes. Now, this is a friend. You will read down. You see where this guy came and actually opened up and said, guy, I'm suffering. In this marriage, I'm suffering. I never knew my wife was like this, and they are abusing me. The siblings will even come abuse me physically, and my wife won't do anything about it because it's money. They've gone to police station several times, and then the wife, the country we are living in, she is powerful financially, socially, everything. She's powerful, so they will find their way. And our guy suffered. And you remember at the beginning of this introduction that this man said he's a kind of shy person, cool. He doesn't want to make headlines, like creating scene, and so he suffered silently. Fine. Now this is one part of the story that is trending. The second part is the one that was written by, or the statement made by Zeb Ejiro, where he talked about how he met Saint to be in his office, what paved way to him, coming across him, the demise of RMD's wife, which prevented him from featuring in one movie that we are producing. And then suddenly he recommended Saint Obi, and that is how they came across each other. And since then, Saint Obi never left his side. He became his mentor. And now, where I'm going all of this, now, the publication says that Zeb Ejiro saw this guy or heard from him 2 weeks before his demise. And that after a long time, they never spoke and all that. And suddenly, he tried to reach him, he couldn't, and then he moved on. And then suddenly, he heard from him, and that was when he told him what he was going through. And he promised to call him back. He never did. 2 weeks after, the guy is gone. Okay. My own, where I am going in all of this, I say men also cry. You see, our men, I'm going to give you this advice. And to everybody who has a man that he cherished in his life, as a brother, I'm saying as a brother because I'm talking about domestic violence where spouse abuse themselves. We're used to women being abused, but I can tell you now that men are being abused. And because men, they have ego, they won't speak out. So what I'm trying to say here is that please, our men, you need to, embrace, face the situation. The situation now is that things have changed. Women can abuse men. Don't say in those days men don't cry. Men, please start crying. I am pleading with you, please start crying. If they're abusing you, cry. Because now who they are alive, they get ego. If you don't die, you don't die. Look at now your family, your children. If not for anything, for the sake of your family members, for the sake of your parents, your siblings, you can never be replaced. A woman can remarry. A man can remarry, but I cannot replace my siblings. If one is gone, they will remain 4 if they were 5, and if another one is gone, they will remain 3. All right, some people will lose their spouse and they remarry, and the person will come and wipe away the pain and even give them a better life. So my dear men, please start crying. Then women or anybody, please, that's the second thing I want to talk about. Let's go back to our African communal life, where we can go and visit families without calling them on phone, without writing a letter. because that is when you can come in and meet the real situation of your own brother or sister. If you call, yes, I'm not saying batch into their privacy. Batch, if it's what you want to call it, batch into my privacy. Come, you know, family members, I mean your siblings, friends. Those days there are a certain level of friendship that you know you have with someone. You don't expect me to always call you when I'm coming. You don't expect me to write you a letter. Your friend, you can come to my house. That's why most friends, you know, the kind of friendship that we keep these days is this platonic, you know, on the surface, deceiving ourselves. Friends are those ones a real friend, real. I'm not talking about all these pretentious people. Real friend, it can dig into your life and know what you're passing through and do what help you out. So I am advocating for we going back to the days where you can visit your friend at any time, and that is when you will discover that your friend has not eaten, that he has been down, that he is depressed. Not when you call someone and say you can say, if the person is depressed or is passing through a lot, what people usually do, they will just give you a story, give excuse. Oh, I won't be around, I won't do this, I won't, and they will be dying silently. Okay, so I mean, please, we just lost a very big asset to the industry. It is someone who has been in this industry, at least if he is still alive and in the industry, even if he's not on the screen, he'll be behind the screen teaching people, directing, and you know, producing. Okay, the domestic violence these days, I mean, is getting out of hand. That's what I'm talking about. It's getting out of hand, especially women are being abused. But we know the society is fighting for women now. I know there's a law also that if you abuse your husband, you can't be prosecuted. But men, please release yourself. You have to know that time has changed. Don't die in silence, please. In the name of I'm a man, I can handle it. Stop handling it. Siblings, family members, go and check and fight for your brothers. Yes, I'm not saying that we shouldn't fight for women. Fight for your brothers. If they want to call you barbaric, want to call you, look after, especially if you notice that this marriage is weighing him down, you can fight for your brother. Because for me, don't say it's my life, it's my family matter. Family matter. He is dead now. You don't buy. That was how Osinachi, family matter, until she buy the children now. The other time, I saw it on one of the channels. They are raising funds for her children. Excuse me, Osinachi's children. They were raising funds to support them. Can you imagine? Someone you know that if she were alive, you know now what would be happening. That she is a billionaire, or she was. But now I saw it some time ago. We are raising funds to support Osinachi's children. So if not for any reason, why you need to fight for your brother, so that he will stay alive and train his children. Because if anything happens and you're saying it's their family matter, husband and wife matter, which husband and wife matter, and they will kill your brother there. Husband and wife matter, they buy your brother. If they buy your brother, you will carry his responsibility. You are the one that you cannot abandon. You see? Or if they buy your sister, you say it's family matter, I don't want to talk. If they buy your sister in domestic violence, you will be the one taking care of her children. You will take over her responsibilities. And you will miss that your sibling, okay? You will miss him or her. So, my people, that's what I'm here to talk about with this matter. Let's go back to the way we relate those days. Let's go back. Visit your family. Check on them. Don't wait until they give you permission to come. Some people are dying in silence. They are dying. Seriously, and they are hiding under a phone call. Oh, you called him yesterday. If by the time he saw your call, if he's not in the mood of talking that time, he won't pick it. Later, he will just, pretend, press up and call back and just, So please, please, I'm begging us. Thank you so much. This is Inspiration Gist with Dora, where we talk about real life society. If you agree with me that we need to go back to those days, drop your comment in the comment section. If you don't agree with me, please also drop your comment in the comment section. And if you have any other advice or experience you want to share in the comment section, as I say always, the conversation continues there. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. And with this, I say see you again in my next video.